Hey, what's up, YouTubers? RedCrimsonGaming here. What do I have for you all today? Today, I have for you all the new redesigned Joy-Con grips for the Nintendo Switch 2 by Killswitch. Now, a lot of people have been having issues with the Killswitch grips for the Nintendo Switch 2, saying that their Joy-Cons was detaching from the Nintendo Switch 2 console, especially when they held it a certain way. And the way how these people were talking about the issue, it seemed really crazy to me. But as far as the case as a whole, I just couldn't get over the design. I thought the design was really awesome for the Nintendo Switch, and I just couldn't wait for this thing, and I ordered it. Despite I see people on YouTube making videos about the Joy-Cons being detached from the console using the Killswitch Joy-Con grips. But honestly, guys, I have to say, I do not have that issue whatsoever. My Joy-Cons never detached from my console while using the Killswitch Joy-Con grips, and I feel sorry for the people that do, and I feel them. But I guess it was a serious enough issue for Killswitch to go in and totally redesign the Joy-Con grips for the Joy-Cons. And get this, if you ordered the Killswitch and had issues with it, Killswitch came up with a redesign, and they'll send out to you the redesigned Joy-Con grips for free. What an awesome company, right, guys? You cannot beat that, man. What company you know would do something like that? These guys, Killswitch, went out of their way to resolve the problem that people were having issues with and redesign the Joy-Con grips. That's a very awesome customer. That's very awesome customer service is what I'm trying to say, guys. That's wonderful that Killswitch decided to do something like that. That's awesome. I commend them, and it makes you want to order more stuff from them. But personally, I never really had any issues with my Joy-Cons detaching from my Nintendo Switch 2 console, even while using the Joy-Con grips. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and take a look at them and see what the difference is. And also to let me not forget, guys, where are they? I can't find them. Not only did they redesign the Joy-Con grips so the Joy-Cons wouldn't detach from the console itself, these also came with like some friction pads that you can also detach to the front and the back. Basically, like, you can kind of say it's like some sticky magnets that you can place in front of the Killswitch accessory that you excuse me, guys. They came out with some friction pads that you can attach to the front of the accessory dock and the back of the accessory dock. Now, what I mean by accessory dock, Killswitch also has a secondary dock that you can stick into the Nintendo Switch 2 dock, because with the case on the Nintendo Switch, it cannot fit into the standard Nintendo Switch 2 dock. So they created a secondary dock that you can actually stick the Nintendo Switch on, which is pretty awesome. It's cool. And when I do stick my Nintendo Switch in the secondary dock that Killswitch provided, and you pull it out of the Switch dock, it will lift up the accessory. And I thought that was very annoying, and that should have been an issue that they should have actually resolved before putting the accessory out on the market. But that's what you get when you're trying to beat your competitors or the third-party accessory makers to the market. And hopefully they learn a lesson from that. Just take your time and make sure the products work like they're intended to. But they are. Oh, matter of fact, they were sitting right here the whole time. These are the friction pads I was talking about. So this is what you attach to the front and the back of the accessory dock. So that way when you stick the Nintendo Switch 2 into the dock and you pull it out, it won't lift up the whole accessory dock. But anyway, let's look at the main course meal. And I'm not gonna lie to you, they have some really nice packaging. Killswitch, I gotta hand it to them. And they pretty much look just like the grips before it that they released. I don't really see a difference right now, but of course, I mean, I have to attach to the console first, right? So let's go ahead and do that. So let you guys see my little cool GameStop case. So there you go, boom. Not gonna lie, I really like the Killswitch case. DBRAND is who's responsible for the Killswitch case. I thought this was a very, very cool case, and I first found out about them, DBRAND and the Killswitch case, when they made a case for the Steam Deck, which I really wanted to, but at the same time, I don't know, just didn't really get around to getting it. And we're gonna do that little test. Let me zoom out some more a bit. So and as you see, guys, I did the test and the Joy-Cons didn't detach whatsoever. I've seen people on YouTube, the Joy-Cons was detaching. Now if you bend it, you know, it's a little give. And I also saw videos where some people, they would actually, I guess the rubber part right here, these rubber parts, they would actually use a razor knife and they will cut it. They'll cut into the lip so they wouldn't have that issue. And that's a great idea. Now if you have precision, that'll definitely be a good idea. But if your precision skills isn't pinpoint accuracy, then I recommend you not do that. You probably just mess your whole Joy-Con grips up that you paid money for, and it's pretty expensive because it comes in a package. There's different tier package, but let's go ahead and get into it. But I just demonstrated how my Joy-Cons doesn't detach. Oh, if you hold it, oh, see, that was the issue right there. See, if you hold it by one hand, ooh, so, but then again, like I said, guys, it's not a big issue to me. I don't really hold my Nintendo Switch like that. Anyway, my OG Switch I did though, but wow. And you don't really want to break this little thing right here. The connectors is a possibility that you can break it, but I guess Nintendo probably had that in mind, so they made it really durable so that it's not easy for people to break it. But then again, Nintendo's been cheap nowadays for the past couple of years, so who knows. They're probably aware of that, like I said, but they probably don't care, and they'll still cheap out on this and make it easy for the Joy-Cons to just like bend and break this, and they want you to buy another Nintendo Switch console. That's how they make their money, right? Hopefully they don't see this video and getting the bright ideas from it. So let's go ahead and take this off and attach the revision ones on there. And keep in mind, guys, also let me also mention that if you purchase the Killswitch by DBRAND before the revision model, they will actually send you the revised Joy-Con grips and the friction pads for the dock free of charge. Now, before attaching new grips, old grips, new grips, before I attach them, let me test something out. I'll try something. I still don't, wow. It still has that give. That's crazy. I don't even think that's a, you know what? I'm not even going to try, guys. Honestly. I feel like just doing it at one time actually kind of messed it up. This thing costs way too much money for me to be demonstrating that. kind of wanted to do it for science, do it for you guys, but I don't have money to be thrown around like that. I think that's just a design flaw. I don't even really think it's the Joy-Con grips fault, to be honest with you. I think this is just a design flaw on Nintendo's behalf. It has nothing to do with the Joy-Cons. I mean, with the grips. I feel like DBRAND went through all this trouble to redesign it for nothing when it's actually Nintendo's fault. Kind of having issues putting this on. What the hell? I guess that's how it is. I don't know. There's a lot of space right here. Let me see. Okay. I feel like I didn't put it on right. It looks weird. Still doing the same thing. Still bending. Did I put it on wrong, guys? I don't really see a difference. What was the point of this? I feel like I put it on wrong. Alright, bear with me, guys. I think it came with some instructions anyway, so maybe I need to read the instructions on how to put this thing on, because if anything, I feel like these are a lot worse than the OG ones, but they were free, so I think I'll just go ahead and keep the OG ones on there. Okay. Seems like I got it intact. Looks like I got it on right this time. Man. If anything, I think the case itself right here, this piece is in the way. It's not really the grips itself. Okay, that looks a lot better. It's more flush now. I don't see a difference, man. I really don't. I prefer the older ones. I don't really see a difference. Well, I already know it's not gonna fall off, but I don't know, guys. I prefer the standard ones. Well, so there you go, guys. As far as the friction pads, I'm not really even gonna demonstrate this. I mean, I really don't care. I'm pretty sure there's another video that will demonstrate if the friction pads works or not. But the least I can do is take it out and look at them. Oh, that's it. Oh man, it's a waste of time. It truly is. So these were the contacts that came with it. I'm so lazy. I don't even want to even fool around with that, guys. But like I said, the main course meal of this whole video was basically to show the difference between the redesigned Joy-Con grips versus the old ones. Now, I really don't see a difference. I think it's really a design flaw as far as Nintendo goes, because even without the grips themselves on the Joy-Cons, if you hold it like that, it's gonna bend. And like I said, I'm pretty sure 100% Nintendo was aware of this, but they just didn't care, because if you break it, if they make it easy for you to break it, what we are going to do, go out and buy another console. That's what they're banking on. So I don't even think, and I hate repeating myself, I don't think it was a design flaw on DBRAND's behalf. It's a design flaw on Nintendo's behalf. Because in regard, I don't even want to do all that, guy. That's crazy. Wow, okay, well, what the hell? I knew I preferred the regular DBRAND case, Joy-Con grip. I don't understand. Why is it? What did I do wrong? Alright, let's see, guys. We're going to go ahead and demonstrate quick fast. Put the old one in there versus the new one. Let's see how it works. See, the old one goes on a lot smoother and easier. Nah, I definitely prefer the older ones. So, okay, so my conclusion is, well, it was free. You can't complain with free. So, if you opt in to go ahead and get a redesigned grips, that's fine because it's free. I don't think it's necessary. It's really a design flaw on Nintendo's behalf. Me personally, I think the old grips is satisfactory. I have no issues with them. My Joy-Cons didn't detach from the Nintendo console, but as you can see, even without the grips at all, if you hold it by one hand by the Joy-Cons, it'll pretty much feel like it's going to detach itself anyway. And I'm pretty sure mine's a lot loose now because I just demonstrated that for you guys. So, but for the good of science, right? If you had a DBRAND Killswitch case with the Joy-Con grips, just be happy with it. It's not DBRAND's fault. It's a design flaw on Nintendo's behalf. If you get the new ones, as you can see, there will be no improvement, no difference. So it doesn't really matter. So if you're worried about your Joy-Cons detaching from the Nintendo Switch 2, just don't get the DBRAND Killswitch case at all. The old model or the revision model, because it's not a DBRAND flaw, it's a Nintendo flaw, or just don't use the case at all. But I see no improvements. I'm glad it was free, because if I had to pay for it, I would have never paid for it. There is absolutely no difference as far as I'm concerned. I think the revised model, the revised grips, I should say, is a lot worse to me than the old ones, which is kind of backwards to me. But oh well. Hope this eases your mind. Is it a dope case? Hell yeah. As you can see, I have it on here. I use it all the time. It protects the Nintendo Switch 2. I have no issues with it. It's a dope case. I love it. Just do not hold your Nintendo Switch like this with one hand, because it's gonna give way. It's gonna pop out. And remember, they're attached with magnets, so with enough force, and if you hold it by one hand, that's more than enough force to actually detach the Joy-Cons without pressing the release button. Design flaw by Nintendo for the umpteenth time. Anyway, like and subscribe. If you guys have any questions about the revised Joy-Con grips versus the old grips, just let me know in the comment section, and let me know if you already had a revised version, if you got yours, if there's a difference. Do your Joy-Con stay attached this time around, or does it still detach? Let me know. I'm actually curious. And by the way, I got mine today, so I'm pretty sure you guys, if you put in to get the revised version for free, you should have it by now, me doing this video, or even earlier depending on the region and your location. Like and subscribe. Peace out.